Hi, my name is Trista Jean, and I am Pretty Bananas. I offer poetry, art, intuitive tarot readings. I am originally from Los Angeles, California. I was married to a man for close to 10 years, have a wonderful son with that man. My son is 12. I myself am not, I don't care. I'm 36. Who gives a shit about age? It's just a number. Time is an illusion. Who gives a flying fuck? I am originally from Los Angeles. I may have already said that, and I apologize if I'm being redundant. Before I left California, I was residing in Orange County back in 2015. I accepted a position with my company that I was working for at the time in Jacksonville, Florida, because I felt that I would be able to provide my son a better life in Florida than I could in California. The cost of living in California was crazy. Driving round trip in California to and from work was 3 hours a day for me. On top of that, the kid, picking him up, homework, it wasn't worth it. I was going nuts. Had I not left California, I am convinced I would have ended up killing myself. Not to be morbid, but that is my truth. Also, had I not left my said marriage, same thing. I would have drank myself to death. I was miserable because I was living a lie. I wanted more than anything else to be with a woman. I have yet to find my dream woman, but that's because I took a few years off from socializing in general or dating to heal my wounds and heal my inner child and heal myself, which is a journey that I am still working on. I have painted a lot of paintings over the last few years, which I'm now starting to sell in my shop. Prettybananas.bigcartel.com. All the info will be down below. I am also a intuitive tarot reader. You could book a reading with me at my Calendly site. Again, the info will be below. I am going to start vlogging on a regular basis, explaining what some of my poems and my paintings mean to me. I will also be doing general readings and discussions based on said readings. Basically channeling messages through my lens, through my personal filter, through my personal experiences and the messages that I believe Source is trying to convey through me. I believe in making things attainable for everyone. I will not turn away someone that needs a reading, that cannot afford a reading. As long as I have the time, the means, and I feel called to do so, please do not hesitate to reach out. It is my job, first and foremost, to provide services for my community, for the people that feel called to reach out. I know what it's like to be broke. I am still digging myself out of my lack mentality myself. I am quite blessed, but in a tough pickle right now, trying to dig myself out of it, but I will be good because I'm always good. I've been through hell and back, hell and back, hell and back. I've been through a lot, and I'll be discussing my life experiences over time here. Maybe eventually starting a podcast. I don't know. Just feeling called and compelled to kind of get myself out there and tell people a little bit more about who I am. I am a 36-year-old non-binary and lesbian individual. Honestly, I'm not real big on titles, so pronouns, I don't give a flying fuck. Myself personally, it's not, I respect others and their desire for their pronouns, but for me personally, I am not big on titles. I have never desired a real title. I'm not big on that. I think it's all a little too bougie for my taste. That's not true. I want to be a reverend. Go fucking figure, me wanting to be a reverend. I want to be like a woo-woo reverend. Is that fucking bananas? I want to help. Like, my goal, my ultimate goal, is to start like an anti-church or like a soul church or like to buy out an old church and renovate it and put like meditation rooms and have like a community library with access to all different sorts of spiritual teachings, religious texts. I mean, everything. I want yoga classes. I want drum circles. I want all of that. And I want it to be accessible to everyone. And I really feel, because I'm living in the deep South right now, I live just right outside of Jacksonville, Florida. And I really feel that by setting up an anti-church or establishing a facility down the road in an old church where a church used to stand, I think that it will provide a safe and comfortable transition for people that went to church every Sunday, that are used to that community, used to that gathering. I myself have never been a church person, but I want to provide a transition station, a transition church for people to find God within themselves, a God within their own heart, because you don't need a middleman to talk to God. God's in here. We are all microcosms of God, or gods, whatever it is you believe. I myself am my higher self is the goddess Astarte. Ooh, I'm going public with that. Okay, whatever. I've known this for about 2 years. I was waking up one morning. My son was in California. I woke up one morning and I just heard like these people chanting, and I had this vision of like a ritual, like pre-biblical times, a ritual going on, and I'm just in spirit energy, and I'm just observing this, and I am filled with so much love and joy and gratitude, this part of me, and I hear them calling my name, and they're going, Astarte, Astarte, Astarte. And this was like 2.5, 3 years ago. I don't know. It was a while ago, but I thought I was batshit crazy. I started Googling shit. I was like, there's no fucking way that I'm connected to the goddess Astarte. There's no way I'm the goddess Astarte. But as I've gotten more involved in the soberish group and started doing more self-reflection, I have come to understand that like a higher self is like a larger ball. And then it kind of like breaks down into smaller balls. And I don't even know how many versions of myself out there are. But by me saying my higher self is Astarte, I'm not better than anyone else. We all have higher selves. That's just my particular higher self that I connect to for when I'm trying to align myself with Source. She is my go-to. And she is an extension of me, and I am an extension of her. And I know for a fact that there are other people on this planet right now, and probably in other dimensions and whatnot, that are part of the same higher self. So, you think I'm crazy? That's why it's called Pretty Bananas. Because I know I sound fucking crazy, and I could get two shits at this point in my life. I have a lot of hopes and dreams for what is going on in the world today. I really believe that we have a really great opportunity right now to anchor in the age of Aquarius, to anchor in a new world, an energy, a community, an actual community, and to try to find a middle path with technology and the old ways, and finding a way to be communal while using technology, so we're not breaking our back plowing farms and whatnot, but at the same time not abusing our mother Gaia, Terra, whatever you call her. She's tired of it. Had a pretty profound moment yesterday. I went on a nature walk with my son. I mentioned this on my Facebook page. I went on a walk with my son, and I meditated and I connected with some trees on the nature walk over at Tilly Fowler Park here in Jacksonville. Not far from where I live, right across the street from NASJAX, the naval base. And I connected with what I believe were some fae and just earth spirit energies. And when I came home, I went ahead and I walked my dog. And while I was walking my dog, I swear the trees were talking to me, and they like elevated me and took me and like took my spirit and like lifted me up and showed me from their perspective what we as a people have done to this planet, how we try to control nature, how we try to tell nature where it can grow, when it can eat, what it can do, when it can do it. I mean, we are fucking parasites. It disgusted me. And my heart is calling me to move to a more rural area. Like, I am yearning for it. And I found out about 6 weeks ago that I am going to have to move because my landlord is selling the house. And I live in a very suburban area, but it's very convenient to schools and whatnot for my son, walking distance. But my heart has been calling me to move to about 10-15 minutes up the road to the countryside and start a new life. Now, how I'm going to do that, I have no fucking clue. When I found out I had no savings, my credit was beyond horrible. I took the stimulus. I paid down a lot of my debts. My debts are still kind of fluctuating, but my credit score has gone up substantially. I'm about halfway to where I need to be able to start applying for a home loan, but now I'm trying to save money to be able to put a down payment. Basically, I'm trying to pull off a miracle in a very short period of time because I really don't know when my landlord's going to call and say, hey, I'm listing the house. So I don't know. I really don't want to rent again. I have several cats and a crazy dog. She's not aggressive. She's just neurotic. She's pretty bananas like her mama. But sorry, bad joke. I'm really good with bad jokes. You'll notice that. But what was my point? Yeah, so I'm going through some shit of my own. I've been clinically depressed for like the last 6 weeks since I found out that my landlord is going to sell the house that I have lived in the last going on 5 years. This is the house I moved into when I left my ex. This has been my safe zone. This has been where I have done a lot of my healing and soul searching. This is where I have transitioned to my new life as a single mother, co-parenting with my ex, bi-coastal. And I'm also preparing to send my son off to California for the summer in about probably 8 weeks or so. Less. I'm in denial. It's probably like 6 weeks. That's going to be hard in itself. And then you have the housing situation on top of it. I don't even know where he's going to go to middle school next year. I don't know where I'm going to live in a few months. I don't know what's going on. And I'm just trying to keep my cool and take it one day at a time. Try not to be so depressed. Try not to be so hard on myself. It's hard to be kind to myself right now. I'm really beating up on myself for not having savings and whatnot. But I lost my job about 2 years ago. And I took another job that is a great stable job, but it was a 20% pay cut. And recently I did get a decent pay raise, but still I'm not where I was at before. But I've managed to squeak by, and I'm grateful as all fuck for those that I've done readings for via DM and people that have bought my paintings. You have no idea how helpful you have been. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And anyone that feels called to reach out and get a reading from me or any type of support for me is greatly appreciated. Because honestly, I pay it forward when I can. Even when I can't, I'm guilty of donating money when I can't fucking afford it. Because I know, like, I'll look at my bank account and be like, okay, well, I have my groceries this week, but hey, my homie doesn't. So I'm going to send her a little bit of what I can, even if I only have a few bucks in my account. I pass it along. And this is where I'm trying to teach myself that I am worthy of abundance. I don't like worthy. Sarah Fournier was correct. Saying that you're worthy gives you a value. And value is like an archaic, monetary-based self-descriptor. And it's old and it's irrelevant. We are all irreplaceable. And I have another cat in my way, so if he pops in the frame, I'm sorry. It's my handsome. But now I lost my track. Thanks, handsome. But yeah, I'm just doing what I can one day at a time, trying to get myself to where I need to be personally. And I really feel that by putting myself out there and being myself, maybe I can inspire others. And just, my goal is just to lift up everyone around me, because Lord knows I'm grateful to everyone that has lifted me up over the last few years. I am beyond blessed with people that have helped me. And yes, you do see cat hair flying around because my cat's walking around me. All right.